I wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself. As if that doesn't sound egotistical. Like you give a fuck, right? Anyway, last time I told you about where I live. Now I want to tell you more about me as a person and my personality, I guess. And I like to do that through a series of stories. And the first one we're going to talk about, there's a dead deer over there. The first one we're going to talk about will be the first cat my wife and I ever owned that we got from the SPCA. And we named him Merlin because I'm that nerdy, and so is she. And when you buy an animal from the SPCA, if they're not already neutered, you're required to neuter them. You know, basically to keep other animals out of the SPCA. It's responsible pet ownership. You know, I mean, unless you're going to do like breeding or something like that, that's all on you. But anyway, so we took him to the vet. We only had him for like a day, and they scheduled the vet appointment, and we took him to the vet the next day. And at the time, I was driving a 95 Neon with no air conditioning. And it was hot. I used to live in Virginia, in Newport News, and that's where we were at the time. And it was really hot. It was like June. It was like 95 degrees, and Virginia's, you know, it's humid. It's real humid. And I went and picked him up, and I had the windows down the whole way there. And after I got him, I'd only had him for a day, so I wasn't quite sure, like, what kind of animal he was. I was worried that if I rolled the windows down while we were driving in the car, that he would bolt out the window, because, like I said, I didn't know the cat very well. So as a result, I barely had the windows cracked at all, like this. And I didn't want, you know, because I needed some kind of air. And we were hot. We were just, I was sweating balls. Cats don't sweat, but he was sitting there like, so I knew he was miserable. And at one point, as we're driving through rush hour traffic, he jumped up on the shoulder of my chair. And while he was sitting there, I assume he looked down underneath the dashboard and saw that it was shaded, right? So he jumps off my shoulder and jumps between that little triangle there on the bottom. That's half a triangle, if you could just imagine the other half. So he jumps between that triangle down by my feet. And I knew I was in traffic. I was driving, so I snatched him up by the tail, and that's all I could grab. And he was like this cream-colored kind of cat, and I started pulling him up by his tail, right? So, and he was holding on to the steering wheel. He wouldn't come back out. So if you can imagine, you're the person driving in a car, and you're passing this old 95 Neon, and you look over in the window and you see this flesh-colored tail wagging, and I'm pulling out like this, you know, swearing like, fuck, yeah, get the fuck out. And I look over and there's this old woman just staring at me with this look of horror and disgust. And to prove that I wasn't a pervert, I decided to pull the cat out by his tail, like completely out. I just gave him hell, pulled him straight out, turned to her like, no, I'm not a pervert, it's a fucking cat. And I didn't think it was possible at the time for her look of disgust to become any more gruesome or unbelievable, you know, but it did. And she fucking, after that, she just stared straight ahead, and the second she got to get in front of me, she was gone. She did not look at me again. And so that tells you a little bit about me. I'm an animal lover. I guess that's the point. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you didn't, fuck off. Hit the subscribe button if you liked it. I'll see you all on the next one.